We are approaching the end of the year, but first, from over here we have Stanchion Snacks. Kapow! Hello and welcome to Stanchion Snacks, a bit of a mouthful. We're looking forward to a New Year's Day clash with Millwall. When I was looking at the list of players to celebrate, there was a name that popped up, an absolute hero, an absolute legend at the club, that I think a lot of people might have forgotten actually played for Millwall. He certainly had a bigger career with Southampton, and that is Jo Tessem. So we're going to create a dish today in Jo Tessem's honour.
Tessem, can he score? He can!
Before Jo came to Southampton, he was working as a Norwegian policeman. We couldn't do a dish celebrating a policeman without creating a donut. So these are Norwegian donuts. So first things first, let's make the dough. So first whisk together some melted butter, sugar and 1 egg. Then add milk that you've heated to 37 degrees and some yeast. Give it a little mix together and then just cover it over with a plate or something like that and leave it for about sort of 10 to 20 minutes until it bubbles up like this. Then you know that the yeast is active. Then add some flour, give it a little bit of a mix and then just maybe a little bit of a knead. Then lightly grease a bowl and cover it over with a damp tea towel and leave it for about 2 hours until it doubles in size, like this. Then you can knock it back a little bit and then I like to leave it in the fridge overnight, which will dramatically improve your flavour. And then in the morning, roll it out whilst it's still cold and then cut it out into whatever size you like. So I use the biggest cutter I've got. And then if you want to make ring donuts, cut out little holes using the smallest thing you can find. I'm actually using a shot measure or a cocktail jigger to give it its professional title. And then cover it over with your damp cloth again and leave it for another 2 hours. And then it's time to cook. Hot oil, 170 degrees, about 2 minutes on each side. I've also cooked the little middle bits that I cut out just for fun, really. Whilst those donuts are cooling down, we're going to make a dip. And as I said, these are Norwegian donuts. We're actually going to make seafood donuts. So the first thing we're going to make is almost like a sort of a glaze, so a prawn glaze. So I've got this wonderful oil that I've made using the shells of the prawns. So I got whole prawns, took the heads off, took the shells off. Then I've roasted the shells and the heads off just with a little bit of olive oil. And then I've butterflied the prawns and taken out the shit sack. You can pull them out without butterflying them. Then some dill stalks, a little bit of garlic, bit of lemongrass, the roasted shells, and a little bit of rapeseed oil. Basically going to make almost like a mayonnaise. But I got a new gadget for Christmas that I'm desperate to show you all. So we will attempt to make it in this cute little food processor that I received from Santa Claus. First things first, with any mayonnaise, 1 egg yolk. And then I want kind of a sort of little sesame vibe, almost like sort of maybe prawn toast. So instead of mustard, we're going to add tahini. So sort of like a spoonful there. Just a tiny little drop of tomato paste. If you don't have the time or the patience, yes, of course, you can just mix tomato ketchup and chopped pork mayonnaise together and you'll get a thing. But then we basically just dribble in the oil. And actually, silly old me, there's a special blade for this. Here it is. We've got the emulsifying blade. So then just a little pinch of salt, squeeze a lemon right at the end. Takes quite a lot of salt, and we can practice with one of these little ones that we made. Oh yes. So next, to cook the prawns, we're going to make a little batter. So anything you've got lying around from Christmas that's sparkling water, soda water. I'm going to just use a bit of lemonade. When you make a batter, always do your liquid first, then add your flour. And for this, you want quite a light flour, but you can use anything you like. But I've just found some gluten-free flour knocking around in my cupboard, which is basically, you look at the ingredients, it's a mix of rice, potato, tapioca, maize and buckwheat, which is superb for batters. Almost like sort of dropping consistency. Prawns just into this a little coating into the flour, into just some of the gluten-free flour, and then straight into this batter. You always go to the fryer as opposed to bring the fryer to you. Well, let's plate one up. So first of all, one of our lovely little donuts. Here he is. And we'll dip it in the glaze. Wonderful consistency. I'm going to add just a little bit, just into the sort of ring of the donut there, of creme fraiche.
Cream fraiche. Oh yeah.
And a little sprinkle, just to give us a bit more sea sort of flavour, of nori. So just some dried seaweed, a few little chili flakes, some fresh dill. Maybe only needs one prawn, doesn't it? Look, they're absolutely whoppers. Would you be happy with one prawn like that? I think you probably would, wouldn't you? My seafood donut, my prawn donut, my hat tip, my love letter to Jo Tessem, the Norwegian policeman. First of all, let's cut a little bit of a little quarter of the donut. Pretty happy with the proof. It's so prawny just from the mayonnaise with a prawn. A little hit of dill is delicious, if you like dill, that is. It's umami, it's sweet, it's savoury. You know what? It's everything. And Jo Tessem was everything. He was the player that could famously play in every position. And I think this represents him every way. It's a donut, he's a policeman, it's seafood, he's Norwegian. It's sweet, it's sour, it's savoury, it's umami, it's spicy. It's a stanchion snack. It's a bit of a mouthful. Bon appetit, people.
Forward again here.